I'd think that if you moved over, you'd probably be like incredibly willing to apologize for that. I mean, you'd be doing big videos and be like, "Oh God, I'm so sorry." And
this is going to be a very stupid, simple question. I wanted to know what your perceived differences between people like me and, say, Hunter Avallone, who come from like a similar, I come from like a far right, alt right background, and people like Lauren Southern. And what's the differences, and why is the community willing to engage with like me and Hunter? But I notice a lot of the community doesn't want to engage with people like Lauren, and then there's a few other people in this space that just people refuse to engage with.
it's just about the outcomes, I think. Well, I think lots of people are engaging with Southern. It's just people on like the left who don't like it. The real difference, like Hunter Avallone was really sincere, you know? When I talked with him and debated him, it was explicitly like a point on disagreement, and he was a huge public figure at the time. And then when he moved over to the left, I talked with him and he seemed incredibly sincere about it, and I was very happy to see that change of mind. Lauren's like movement comes off really insincere to me, because as far as I can tell, she hasn't moved over on anything, publicly disavowed any of the old stuff that she said. She hasn't like addressed any of the old talking points, because like, if you were the person responsible for the whole like great replacement thing, which is now like central to Nazi and white nationalist discourse, I'd think that if you moved over, you'd probably be like incredibly willing to apologize for that. I mean, you'd be doing big videos and be like, "Oh God, I'm so sorry," and all the people I hurt, and etc. Because there's a difference between Lauren Southern and like your average conservative. There's a gap between these things. So it doesn't seem like she's sincere with the movement, and I also don't think she cares about anything she's talking about. She was recently debating like trans athlete stuff with Jangles, and basically admitted she didn't care about the science. It seemed like she lied about some stuff debating Destiny recently. It just seems like overall this is a very shallow attempt at getting back in the career space. She's still alt-right, or at least adjacent to it, and she knows she'll get banned from YouTube if she acts that way, so she instead just postures on other like culture war issues that conservatives care about. But I just think she's trying to build a career back. Hunter didn't. Hunter's career tanked because he moved left.
Well,
What
yeah,
a king.
and so Lauren Southern's statistics on that have she tanked too. She got disowned by a lot of the alt right. But like I'm thinking it's like a weird comparison, because like where Hunter moved to the left, right, or like a lot farther left than most people, like farther left than me. Lauren never said she was moving left. And I think a lot of people have the misconception that she was moving left, and she had never stated that. And the other thing, like, I don't
Aren't
think
we just
Lauren...
propping up the career of like a failed alt-righter then? I mean, isn't that bad? Like, I don't want to just like give free attention or whatever.
Well, here's the thing, and here's how I look at it. Real quick, just I'm pretty sure Great Replacement was done by a French dude. Grand Replacement, I think that was Renaud something French. I don't know. But I just see it kind of like detrimental. So like, even though I'm not like lefty, right? I still like it when people are moving away from extremist positions or like white supremacy or Nazi rhetoric, right? I think that's good. Moving away from extremism is a positive thing. And I just find it kind of weird
Didn't
for
you
people
just say
to
she
kind
wasn't
of...
moving away from it?
No, moving away from extremism, not moving to the like to the left. She's just moving to more moderate conservative position, which is fair.
The only practical consequence of engaging with her is propping up her career, and I think that she's essentially a disingenuous white nationalist. I just don't see what the benefit is. I engaged with Hunter Avallone because when we disagreed, he was a large figure, and there was value in debunking his points because he actually believed them. I don't think she believes the points she argues now. I think she cares about the white nationalist stuff. And
Okay, that's
likewise,
fair.
I couldn't like platform Hunter. He was 20 bajillion times my size. But now with the
Yeah.
Lauren Southern stuff, I mean, I like what's in it for us, you know? What's the benefit, I guess?
Well, I just see like I like people moving away from extremist positions. I mean, I didn't move away from mine with people refusing to interact with me or just turning me away or whatever. Like the reason I moved away from my extremist positions is largely in part due to Spectre here, that's actually in the call with us, helped me move away from like a lot of my more extreme, irrational,
But has she, or is
really
she
extremely
just,
problematic
or is
positions.
she just like gone to dog whistling them? Because moving
Well, okay,
away implies a disavowal of your
so
previous opinions, but she hasn't done that. Like, would you celebrate Tim Pool no longer being anti-vax on YouTube because YouTube will ban his channel? Like, she's only doing this because she would have gotten banned if she hadn't changed her rhetoric. That's not
well,
really
to be fair,
moving
I
away.
think
That's like,
Lauren is smarter than Tim Pool.
that's
I
a,
think most rocks on the ground are smarter than Tim Pool.
well, that's
But
a cockroach trying to hide under a fridge because the light's been turned on.
what I think is she's grown so used to, and I think a lot of the right and some of the left has grown into like always memeing too close to the sun, trying to be like super edgy, and she's got to understand, or what she's failing to understand is if you're trying to meme about your old beliefs, that's actually doing more harm, and it's not making, it doesn't make you look any better. Like if you're trying to say that, hey, I don't believe these things anymore, um, and then just kind of like memeing at it again, it doesn't really help your position, if you know what I mean.
Well, you could
Yeah, but
just
I was just trying to,
actually move your positions, you know?
yeah, just I just wanted to know, like, yeah, do you think it's God?
I don't know how
Yeah, I just
sincere
don't
you
like the
are.
yeah.
I don't know how sincere you are coming into this, but what Lauren Southern is doing is the most obvious and objective example of a white nationalist trying to hastily rebrand to rebuild a career that I have ever seen. I have never seen a more transparent, shameless attempt for a person with radical right views to make themselves palatable to a new audience. I just don't understand how so many other people can't see that. It's not like she was like, it's not like a shoe on head thing where she was an anti-SGW or whatever. Like, she was one of the leading figures in white nationalist rhetoric online. You don't get to walk away from that and just start talking about trans bathroom issues half-heartedly and just, like, get it all ignored or dropped. It's a meaningful
No,
thing.
that's fair. No, I agree. I agree 100% with you. Um, Yeah, just kind of, I just kind of wanted to see like your opinion on what the difference between like some of us who were from the alt right moving more towards like now I'm a centrist or center right or whatever the fuck you want to call it, post partisan. I don't give a shit anymore. And people like Lauren, and there's a few others in the space that are kind of moving away from that, or saying they're moving away from that rhetoric. So I
I
just
mean,
wanted to get your opinion on it.
guess you have to see it, but like, it's not hard to,
Yeah.
it's not hard to walk away from the white nationalist stuff. All you have to do is, criticize your old stuff meaningfully and indicate why it was wrong. But